While celebrating Ringo Starr's birthday yesterday, I was reminded of one of my favorite little Ringo stories. This comes from an interview with Alistair Taylor in Peter Brown and Stephen Gaines's book All You Need Is Love. So at one point, Ringo and his family take a trip to Sardinia. They weren't having a great time, so he books a flight for himself and his family back to Paris, but can't find a flight to book from Paris to London, so he calls Alistair Taylor. Now, Taylor was an assistant to Beatles manager Brian Epstein, but he so often helped the Beatles solve problems with finances, real estate, travel, and other things that they nicknamed him Mr. Fix-It. Except Ringo. Ringo would always sort things out himself rather than bother Alistair Taylor, even though Taylor would always offer. Well, this time Ringo needed help getting home from Paris, so he called Alistair Taylor. Taylor immediately set to work. He found a private plane, flew on it into Paris to meet Ringo, and arrived mere minutes after Ringo's flight in was supposed to arrive. Only he couldn't find Ringo. Taylor searched the airport for 2 hours. He double-checked that Ringo had indeed made his flight into Paris, and he had. He looked through terminals, halls, lounges, all the time assuming he could never lose a Beatle. How do you lose a Beatle in public? He was ready to give up, and he stops in the lounge again, and he looks over, and there's Maureen Starkey, Ringo's wife. And with her is Ringo and all their luggage, where he's been waiting for 2 hours. Taylor and the people helping him had just walked right by, probably several times, never even realizing he was there. So when I think of Ringo, I don't just think of his great drumming or, Octopus's Garden. I think of the unassuming Richie Starkey, quietly sitting in an airport, waiting to be found. And they say George is the quiet Beatle. And hey, if you like my content at all, the best way to support me is by liking, commenting, sharing, and reposting my videos. And don't forget to follow and subscribe for more history, reviews, and other bits of the Beatles.